Hi, this is Lily Cotilla, and I am the psychotherapist at Ibogreen. The thing I want to speak about today is if you are on opiates of some sort, some form of painkiller, whether it's Percocet or oxycodone or roxycodone or hydromorphone or whatever it might be, the chances are, if you've been on it for a while, you have upped your dosage yourself because the doctor will max out at a certain level in his or her prescription for you, and that level stops working. So the amount that used to last you 30 days until your next prescription may begin to run out a day early, 2 days early, 3 days, up to a week. And then what do? You start sweating it and you start trying to come up with alternative routes to supplement. A, so you don't go into withdrawals. B, so you don't feel the pain. And where do people normally go to do that? They hit the streets. Because they're trying to help, you are trying to help your body deal and manage with the pain. Now, if you come seek Ibogaine at Ibogreen, we discuss alternative modes and methods and options if you are or have become an addict, rather, due to pain that don't involve addiction and the body adjusting to the level and then needing more and more and more. So once the Ibogaine walks you through that withdrawal section such that you don't have any, and if you actually have some body pains, we can figure out a plan and a solution that will work best for you to keep the pain at bay and assuage it, because nobody wants to live in pain. I would imagine if I were in constant pain and no alternative modalities were helping me except for opiates, I would return to opiates if that were the case. But hopefully that is not the case. I'm digressing a little bit, but keep this in mind. Your insurance company will test for you which type of drug metabolizer you are. It's based on chromosome 22, CYP2D6. This particular marker accounts for the metabolic rate of drugs, including 25% of SSRIs. So in fact, you running out a week early may be due to the fact that you are an ultra rapid processor and your body really, it's not that you are an addict, though you're labeled one, it's that your body goes and processes the drug more rapidly. And so you need more than the typical person. And if you are an extra slow processor, you don't need as much as even the average person, because then there are two in the middle who metabolize drugs, or 25% of SSRIs at middle range time frame. But so something to think about if you know you want to try life without opiates, because there are secondary effects to them, right? The numbing out, the flatlined feelings or not feelings of life, the going through the motions, well, you know the secondary effects that you're not wanting. The going into withdrawals, the trying to prevent withdrawals, the whole scoring and copying and dealing with a street scene if your prescription isn't covering you, and or paying massive amounts of your salary to the extent of multiple mortgages to cover yourself on this drug. So if you want to try and get off of it, my point is, and you are prescribed opiates already, it's just that you're running out early and then you turn to the street, try flipping it around the month prior to doing Ibogaine. So turn to the street scene first and get the, quote, dirty drugs out of the way for a week, 10 days, however long you need them for, to get you through to your next prescription. And I'll tell you the rationale behind this. These days, the majority of street opiates, heroin, is cut with fentanyl and cocaine, and you never know what's going to be in it. Sometimes long-acting opiates end up getting cut in with what you think you're purchasing is simply short-acting opiates. So then what happens? You take those in the end when you've run out of your prescription, when you're on your way to Ibogreen, and we urine test you, and bingo, you've got cocaine in your system. Well, guess what? Now, instead of going into Ibogaine the night of arrival, or preferably the second night so that you have time to get adjusted, now you have to wait up to 5 days for your system to clear the cocaine. Fentanyl, well, the fastest acting opiate from what I've recently been taught, is being cut more and more in with street sold drugs. So you just never know what you're gonna get. You get it anyway, but reverse the timing of it such that you know you are taking the clean script from the doctor prior to going through the removal of the opiate withdrawals with Ibogaine, and not having to sit around for 5 days substituting with morphine and just waiting for Ibogaine because you want to move to the next chapter, okay? So if you have Ibogaine in your mind, and or it has spoken to you, called you already to travel this route in life and be free of opiates, and this pattern applies to you, just Nike it. Do it. And you will be free.